Engage.
Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Winners Don't Use Drugs, presented by Engage Gaming, episode 84. I'm Darius, here with Zach.
What up, what up?
Audio only. And Nolan, who was at
75.
Ooh,
Yeah.
going down.
Yeah.
We're going down.
Hey, I'm right there with you, man.
Hey, man. It's been a rough weekend for the team.
It's been rough.
Like, not even trying to be funny.
I miss day sick.
Yeah, you missed a day, which is very uncharacteristic for Zach. He couldn't play Friday Night Magic. None of that.
No, yeah, that sucked. And I wanted to set this room up on Friday, too.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. For those of you who are watching, we're trying to reconfigure some things.
Got the cameras up there now, yeah.
We're doing spy cam mode. I wish you could flip it so that it turns into negative or night vision to be we're on Splinter Cell mode and then back to regular mode. Sorry.
Put a green hint over it.
Yeah, just
night vision.
It's always After Effects.
Yeah, that's true.
Do it in post.
Fix it in post. That's what people say. When they say you'll fix it in post, that means that they're not going to be the ones doing anything in post.
Exactly.
So
somebody else is going to do it.
Yeah. It's no, you guys are just fix it in post. It's going to be great. It's going to look awesome.
Yeah.
I trust your vision.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Zach's gonna put a happy face right here.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's going to be a giant penis.
Please blur it out at least.
Fight Club again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Anyway.
no, man, we're pushing through because we're getting ready to get to
The good stuff.
Next Friday.
It's like it really starts
sinking in.
Wednesday, really.
Dude, I realized yesterday, I'm like, wait, that's next Friday.
Dude, so the Street Fighter 6 beta just ended, and I saw the tweet where they were like, yeah, and look forward less than 2 weeks until the game's released. And I'm like, yo, that's kind of crazy to do a beta that late, right before release.
No, I figured if they were going to do it, that would probably be about when they would do it.
Yeah,
because you want to make sure. I mean, yeah, I noticed that on Sunday. I was like, oh, let me go play a tournament. Down. It's like, so the tournaments hadn't worked at all.
Oh, really?
In any of the three of them.
Shape or form.
So something tells me tournaments may not be available at launch.
Unless they're trying to figure it out.
Get them eventually.
Yeah. It was just crazy. Friday it started, and I'm just watching because none of us really played the beta for different reasons. Nolan probably got the most time out of it. But I'm watching stuff and I'm like, oh yeah, tournament's up. So I'm like, let me go watch a tournament. And I see a tweet from the Street Fighter 6 thing saying, yeah, we understand we're aware of the issue with tournaments and we were working to fix it. And then there's 2 hours later, it's like, we're still aware of the issue with tournaments. It's like, hey man, that sucks.
Something about the tournaments. I don't know.
But people were still able to organize, online tournaments and stuff.
Yeah.
Which was really cool that they could still get that going.
So.
Yeah, I saw they were using Matcherino or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Which I don't understand how that works 100%, but it's good that they have a way to keep things kind of at least consistent. Because I feel like, man, Street Fighter 6 is gonna. I'm tempering certain expectations of how popular the game will be because I know that there's gonna be, first of all, there's gonna be the people who just know. We're not playing Street Fighter. They just don't play it. They'll play every single Arxis fighter, but they're not going to touch it. It's just not their thing. I get it. I've seen some people already starting to try to scare people off, talking about it's so complicated. There's so many. You got to worry about 2 meters and, talking about the overdrive gauge. And
It's not
that bad.
It's not that bad at all.
I heard some very good explanations. First and foremost, there's not an easy Street Fighter.
True.
It's Street Fighter. There is the
you
and
go
your cousins were jamming on buttons.
2.
Yeah, you and your cousins were jamming on buttons. There's that entry level, right? Mm-hmm. And then there is, once you start to figure out things, you start to figure out how much you don't know.
That's with anything, really.
Yeah, it is. But sometimes, because Street Fighter still has a name recognition that is close to Mortal Kombat as far as being the names you can say and people know. Mortal Kombat has always been the more beginner friendly I feel like you got.
Well, I don't know. I mean, of course,
inputs. Think about inputs.
Yeah.
I could just hold block.
Yeah.
Things like there's certain.
Yeah, but I mean,
conceptually for people, it's a lot of times you only got four attack buttons.
Mm-hmm.
Mortal Kombat to me has always been, in my experience, the more beginner friendly. Now,
which one? Mortal Kombat you said?
Huh?
You said Mortal Kombat?
Yeah. And Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat are to me the biggest two fighting game names that you could throw out to just most random people and they would have some idea of it or more than likely have played it. But they were talking about Drive Impact, for example, and saying that, hey, I don't know, just it feels like every time I do it, it gets countered. It's yeah.
Well, it's because you're doing it too much.
Yeah, you're just throwing it out.
Oh yeah. Listen, you remember before in Raw Focuses?
Yeah. You have to pick your spots.
Yeah, people just also it's a strong attack that goes through blocks. It's it really doesn't, and also you want to do it because they make the person basically just have to take your next combo.
Yeah,
but this isn't I see people trying to use it the rush thing on Dragon Ball on fighters. Mm-hmm. How you if you get that to work, then all of a sudden I get a free combo basically because I hit you with that part of the move. Yeah. Don't do that. But I think there will be a lot of when you were talking about your rank earlier before we started, and I think there will be a lot more people who should have tempered their expectations to be in silver that won't, and they're going to be really disappointed. Because I expect to be around silver gold to start, and I feel like I just want to work my way up and learn. But I think there's going to be some people complaining when it gets live, and it's somebody was talking about League of Legends this weekend. It's you're gonna be in Elo hell, but Street Fighter, so it's gonna hurt worse because it's gonna be individual. You're not gonna have any.
You can't blame anybody.
It's I'm stuck in silver, man. I get so close, and then I just can't get out.
Well, you keep in mind too that the ranks in this game are per character too. So,
yeah.
So just because you're silver in one, don't mean you won't be gold in something else, or vice versa.
You will,
or bronze or iron or whatever.
Your rank is a reflection of your character as a person, not just in the fighting game.
But I mean, if I can hit the rank I hit with a character that I don't even care about, the character I was only playing with because the characters that I want to play with aren't there yet.
Or I hope your Honda's your lowest rated character.
You never know. I know he looks very similar to his 5 incarnation that I didn't like anyway. So.
Yeah, all that.
We'll see.
You Hadouken and 100 hand slaps. I'm not here for any sort of sympathy. You get no sympathy from me.
I would rather have his old hands back. You know how many years I have to learn how to do that?
You should learn how to do that when you're supposed to be typing and stuff and learn the actual skills.
Just saying, man.
Also, it's your fault for playing on a thing that makes you do that.
When it went down to 4 inputs and 5, I was like, so now I gotta. It's like I don't even use this finger anymore. It sucks.
Shame.
Shame.
So, but yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing Cammy, man. I kind of want to play Cammy.
Dude, whatever. I've just, she's fine.
Why the hate?
Yeah, he got real tight about that.
Since Super Street Fighter 2, everybody's just like, oh, Cammy. I'm like, what's the big deal?
See, I was never really super big on Cammy. I liked her in 4, but I also liked a lot of other characters. I just liked most of the roster in 4, honestly. To play with, not even just visually and everything. Mm-hmm. But I liked her in MVC 2. I always liked the way she played in that game because she felt like she felt like a more reasonable Spider-Man. I always felt like Spider-Man just left himself open so much in that game. It was wait, I'm gonna play.
No, I'm about to say you probably do the wrong stuff, but yeah.
Yeah, listen, I'm not basing this on any pro expert or tier list or anything. It's the way I play. But yeah, just watching some of the stuff for 6, I kind of want to play her. She's not gonna be my main. We already talked about this. This is DJ all day. We're gonna live and die by DJ and the big lady, which she's probably gonna be way more reasonable and not just I want her to be Juggernaut in my mind, but I know that's not gonna be true.
I mean, she's kind of that archetype, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think folks have in their head what she's going to be more than what she actually is. Because I remember when they finally showed her, folks were shocked that she wasn't a grappler. I'm like, why did you think she was a grappler just because she's big?
Yeah. That's perfect reason.
Like, no, first time I saw her, I was like, oh, she looks like a brawler. And then when I heard she had armor, it's like, oh, well, that's exactly where I want to go.
Yeah.
So, but she's also very simple, which I think is going to be good for getting folks into her. But I think folks are going to get into her and then realize she's going to have some glaring weaknesses too. Her strengths are good, but her weaknesses are there too. So
she feels very Iron Taker-ish without the emphasis on a grapple, like a command grab. So you know how, like, well, I don't know how much you play the Blaze Blue, but
a little, but I know about him.
His thing was kind of controlling where you were on the stage with the magnetism and stuff like that. And that seems like what she kind of can do is kind of control where you are, at least like setting up spacing and stuff like that because of the armor stuff.
I don't know if she really controls it, but she can. So, obviously she has armor, and she also has all of her charged fierce attacks break armor as well. So that's going to be useful, but I don't think it's going to be as useful as everybody thinks.
Oh, of course.
But, I'm sure at high levels folks will figure stuff out. But, I mean, if you're not always going to charge your fierces, though, she's going to be hugely susceptible to drive impacts because she has a lot of target combos that are just, punch, and kick, or whatever. I think all of them are punch. It's like 2 lights, 2 mediums, or 2 fierces, and I think the mediums and the fierces are cancelable. But either way, you see her starting that target combo, just go ahead and drive impact, because even if she was going to try to end it with a charged fierce that could break your armor, she's already going to be hit. So there's that. But otherwise,
broke the whole character down there.
But otherwise, you could also tempt somebody to do it. Start to have the drive impact going, counter, armor, take the armor hit there, command grab, or whatever you want to do after. So it becomes a chess game. She'll be strong. She'll be easy to get into, but you got to really learn her and the game mechanics to be strong at her, I think.
Oh yeah.
So.
Well, I think it's going to be a lot of learning curves with a lot of characters who have stuff like that. And that's going to be very, very important for all of you. I want to become an online warrior.
Yeah.
You might want to just touch the world tour just to help you better understand why you get cooked. Because the game wants you to be better at this. It wants you to be good at it. But you have to actually go in there, do some combo. Listen, don't just do combo trials, okay? Just because you know what the combo is.
Oh, that's what everybody's going to do. I'm going to be trying to talk to everybody about World Tour, and everybody's going to be like, what's
I'm going to be insufferable with World Tour. I'm treating it like an RPG. I'm going to be all in there all day.
Me too. And I'm going to come here, and I'm going to start talking to folks about, did you see when you ran into blah, blah here? And they're like, what? Sorry, I forgot. You've been in training mode the whole time.
First of all, Carlos Musashi better not be the only big time Capcom cameo.
Oh no, I mean you already know Retsu's in it too because he's in the background of that stage.
Huh? Ryu's in it. Is he not a big Capcom character?
I expect Ryu of Street Fighter to be in Street Fighter's World Tour.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just making sure.
Okay. Now Captain Commando better show up.
Is he in the Street Fighter?
It doesn't matter where he is.
Chris Redfield.
Which
that would be cool.
Super Swole version, Punching Rocks version, or
Rock Puncher.
Or is this where Shiva's gonna be? What's her name from Resident Evil 5? I never played it.
Sheva.
Sheva. Oh, yeah. I made an E instead of an I sound. My bad.
I was like, wait a minute, who? But no, yeah, dude, that would be so cool.
That's just where she is.
Yeah, she's a Street Fighter now. I got done fighting bioterrorism, and now I want to
fight in these streets. At least she's in something.
Yeah, bro, I would take it. Ooh, can we see Spencer? Just pop up.
I mean, anything's possible. They did say in that Q&A thing, I think that you will see cosplayers in the world too.
Oh yeah.
So you may not see Spencer, but you may see somebody dressed up with a bionic arm.
You know what that really means, right? We're gonna put Mega Man in here without actually having to put Mega
Oh,
Man
yeah.
in here. Suck it in the Fune.
Mega Buster all day.
Yeah, they'll be like, oh, you want to use this character? Yeah, you.
Oh, I'm sure it's going to be a costume also that you can get for your character.
Oh, you can put them all together. You have to get the parts.
Yeah, you'll get the parts.
Yeah.
They're gonna put the thing on. They're gonna show up by putting the Buster on Luke's arm. So when he does the little pow, it's gonna be like, see, look, it's like shooting a charge shot.
It'll make the sound too. Pew.
Monsters.
That would be awesome.
I'm gonna go ahead and put my debit card number in here.
Yeah.
Go ahead and knock
Well, you
this.
remember they had the Airman outfit for Rashid in 5, and the Guts
What's
Man
the Guts for Zangief?
for no, I think that was Balrog.
Was it Balrog?
I think it was.
Actually, you might be right. Yeah,
I think it was Balrog. But yeah, so they would definitely have no issues putting that kind of stuff into costumes, no doubt. Shoot, you could put stuff from Dead Rising, which already had a bunch of Capcom stuff anyway. Yeah, it's just Monster Hunter clothes and
the Monster Hunter stuff is already-
that's
that's a
going to happen.
given,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like I said on my stream yesterday. It's like I wonder how long until we start seeing Monster Hunter advertisements on that big screen
Oh, yeah,
in the Battle Hub.
What was playing on the screen anyways? I saw somebody in a wheelchair and that was it.
Oh, that was the music video for the main theme of the game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. See, can't believe you didn't know that.
But you also like the opportunity to be able to explain what that is to people.
Well, no, it's just I know everybody didn't watch the music video when it debuted. I was there. I watched the countdown and then it came on and I was like, okay, cool.
Were you like, okay, cool?
That was your response? Okay, cool.
Yeah, I mean, more or less, it's a cool song.
Listen, this is what I need. Music wise, I need them to allow, I need them to put the other soundtracks on there.
Oh well, they already said it's going to be a jukebox in the game.
Okay,
yeah. I don't know why everybody thought there wasn't going to be just because they didn't say it. Just like everybody thought there wasn't going to be an arcade mode in it because they hadn't said it.
Well,
and then they finally did. But it's like, they put everything in, so you think they're not going to put a jukebox mode in it?
Can you?
You can put your own songs in it, but we'll see how that works.
Yeah, can you blame them based on Street Fighter 5?
No, trust me, I get it.
Yeah, because we're basing this on new Capcom or 2022,
23 Capcom.
Yeah. Well, they're doing good. They're doing real good.
Yeah, they're doing good now.
Okay, but was it 2016 Capcom?
Yeah, that wasn't always so.
You get what you get.
Yeah.
It's like, man, I don't know, man. I'm playing Street Fighter 5 and I'm like, I don't. Am I tripping? But it just doesn't feel. Something feels off here.
Yeah, 5 was a whole thing.
Yeah.
But thankfully we can move past it.
We're doing good. We're doing good. The health of fighting games is just. I didn't want to. I know you mentioned this a long time ago, and I don't want to give you credit for anything ever in life. But we mentioned the golden age, a golden age of fighting games.
Oh yeah,
and. This kind of I want to use this to transition into because I don't want to spend the whole episode talking about Street Fighter 6 people start getting their feelings.
No, we'll do that in about 2 weeks.
We got other things to talk about, right? So I think we can talk. Can we talk about another fighting game then?
In 2 weeks,
you want to go ahead and move to that?
Yeah, let's talk.
In 2 weeks, all Street Fighter though. Get ready.
Oh yeah, let it go. We're literally going to be playing Street Fighter as we're doing this, so just get ready for that.
But
those of you who haven't heard, those of you who are listening. There's been an announcement previously about the new Mortal Kombat, and WB said, this year, and we were like, that's kind of wild, but we believe you. And then they went ahead and made the official trailer announcement. So, what are we thinking when we see this trailer? How are we feeling? How you feeling, Zach?
So I don't know. My first instinct was, man, this thing's gory.
Yes.
Well, I mean, it's Mortal Kombat, so yeah.
Right. And I expected it to be gory, but this was a little over the top.
I think it was the sounds really that help it. If you really think about it.
The audio was
audio was like,
you hear a lot of crackling and
squishing and
yeah. But usually they also hold that kind of back because usually we see like the fight between Scorpion and Sub-Zero.
So yeah,
you see like the illusion of a finish or a fatality, but not multiple instances of it.
So yeah, I'll talk about it after the trailer plays through. But But I mean, you go back and look at any of NRS's past trailers, really starting at like Mortal Kombat X on, and then Injustice and everything. The trailers usually do a pretty good job of at least giving you the kind of like the feel of the game, the environment, the characters, what to expect from it. But this trailer kind of left you a little wanting. But
they didn't show a whole lot of gameplay,
right? And I think so.
Some combos.
So yeah, but not really. And I think this one was really to emphasize because I didn't really pick up on this until I saw somebody else talk about it. Each scene here shows a pair.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's like,
I
what
called it, by the way.
Yes, he did. Yeah, I want to make sure we gave him credit for this.
What?
The Scorpion Sub-Zero thing.
What
Being
about
brothers?
They're brothers.
Well, I mean, he just says fight as brothers.
No, I
didn't say they were.
I think they're brothers.
Well, I mean, it's possible, but either way, obviously their big thing is since this game is going to have a partner system of some kind of.
They call it companion with a K because they got to do the K thing.
Yeah, and demonetized. But yeah. So I guess this one is they really wanted to put that in everybody's head that, it's going to be, pairs at least fighting against these, Shang Tsung, young Shang Tsung.
Which I really like. I think he's a way better villain than Shao Kahn.
Yeah. I mean, going back to the history and everything, but obviously is now I'm wondering if this is one of those worlds where only Liu Kang knows that everything was reset, or does anybody else realize that everything that happened before? Pretty sure it's probably only him.
I think Liu Kang knows. I think Shang Tsung finds out,
and maybe Raiden will know too.
Well, see, I think he's just Raiden. He's gonna have like powers, but not be Thunder God Raiden, right?
I don't know,
because that was Raiden that was with Kung Lao. I'm assuming.
Maybe
he had the rice patty hat.
Yeah, so I mean, it probably was. I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah,
and maybe Raiden's not a god anymore.
Yeah, I think he may have some sort of, because he was. I mean, he was the head of the White Lotus in the other store, so I'm assuming he still has the martial arts ability. If he's not going to be in God form.
Yeah. So, Raiden and Kung Lao, and then of course. Lena and Katana.
So because that means you still have all the realms too then.
Well, yeah.
So you now have, like, before Edenia was destroyed by Shao Kahn, so you got old Edenia, but somehow Melina's still there, which she's not supposed to exist.
Which she's not supposed to exist yet, yeah.
Yeah, because she's supposed to be a construct of Shao Kahn.
But so this looks like they're going Mortal Kombat 1/2 era.
Yep.
So maybe this is actually more in the Mortal Kombat 2 timeline when we already got second Sub-Zero.
So Kuai Ling not Bi-Han?
Yeah, possibly. I guess we'll have to wait and see, like, story-wise, because, I mean, this is a whole new world that he made for peace, and, I'm sure the story is going to be something along the lines of, human beings are never going to be able to blah, 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 blah.
Well, see, here's what I think, though, because I don't think he was saying I'm trying not to spoil something, but at the same time, it's nothing I could do. The game's been out for like 5 years.
More than that, I think, but yeah.
With the aftermath stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think Liu Kang wanted to necessarily, like, create the, like, ultra peace, because he goes and he essentially looks like he goes and grabs the original Kung Lao at the end of the thing, the very last scene. So it seems like he just wants everything to have, like, the chance for it to happen the way it's supposed to without interference. So, like, if we're supposed to win, we'll win because, human resolve and blah, blah, blah. But also, if we lose, and it's not because as long as they don't cheat, because it looks like in the trailer here, he's going after Shang Tsung or killing Shang Tsung because he's essentially violating the way it's supposed to be, violating that order, which is what Shang Tsung and Shao Kahn do every single time, right? They cheat to get, the upper hand, and he's trying to make sure they just play by the rules without the interference of, like, Chronica and all of this other stuff. Any other, like, I'm assuming this means we won't see Shinnok. because then that would
Not yet, no.
yeah, like then that would mean there would be interference from other gods, which I would imagine he's trying to stop that as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this is going to be really, really cool. I hope we still get, because again, we don't know what the story is, but the companion thing is like, so do we?
Yeah, I'm interested in how that's going to work. The assist.
Yeah, it sounds like you'll pick your main character that you fight with, and then a character that'll basically give you an assist.
Yeah, and the casts they're exclusive to one another. Like there's only certain classes or characters that are cameos. That's what they're called, cameos, not companions.
Is it
Cameos, yeah.
Cameos. Yeah. There's only a certain roster that's cameo, and then there's the roster that you actually play.
Yep. So it makes me wonder. So Melina's probably a cameo.
No, I think they said that everybody in this trailer are actual.
Are roster characters? Okay.
Yeah. From what I saw, I don't know how truthful that is.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, timeline wise, it would.
And they confirmed Johnny Cage is going to be in it.
Yeah, he's got like an extra outfit or something that you get for pre-ordering, right?
Right. That's
the
how
John
they give
Claude
him
Van
away.
Damme.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, the John Claude Van Damme one.
Yeah, so the reason it's John Claude Van Damme, in case anybody doesn't know, the original Mortal Kombat was supposed to be a licensed game for Bloodsport.
Which is why Johnny Cage looks very similar to Bloodsport Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah, something happened. They ended up losing the right to use Bloodsport, so they ended up making their own martial arts game and called it Mortal Kombat. And so Jean-Claude Van Damme being in there as a skin for Johnny Cage is as almost like an inside.
Yeah.
Like, we're going back to one, and look, Jean-Claude Van Damme's character that was supposed to be in the original game is going to be in it now.
Yeah, he was supposed to be the hero.
Yeah.
Which, could you imagine Bloodsport, the movie, having Mortal Kombat? Like, just reskin Bloodsport as Mortal Kombat, right? But it's called Bloodsport, and it goes with the movie. That movie becomes like one of the most legendary. There's probably 19 Bloodsports at this point.
There's a bunch of them that I didn't even know about.
Yeah, like he would have been in 7 of them easily. Because the other ones, trust me, he is not in. No. You're not missing anything by watching them.
No, I remember me and my brother ran across, I think, Bloodsport 4 or 5 one night on Cinemax years and years ago, where they had this guy
who kind of looked like,
we're pretty sure was a white guy, and they prosthetic his eyes to look like he was Asian, so he was playing Tong Po. It was bad. It was so bad. It's like, wait, that's supposed to be Tong Po? Oh my God. What is this? Oh,
there's some information.
Yeah, we got a little leakage.
So the game is going to be $69.99. Obviously, it's a reboot. Have assist characters. It's going to have rollback netcode.
Yep.
The pre-order beta will start in August. And the game is releasing on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, the Switch, Steam on September 19th, 2023.
September 19th is
which is crazy.
Yes.
Epic Game Store too, I believe.
Yeah, it's on Epic
Game Store, yeah.
Yeah. So
confirmed characters are New Liu Kang, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Raiden, Kung Lao, Katana, Milena,
and Shang Tsung.
Yeah, I think so too.
If you pre-order the game.
Yeah, he's a pre-order character.
Yeah, he's a pre-order. And then
which they've always done, the boss characters.
I think it was Australia or Italy. I can't remember. Leaked
France.
It
was France. Yeah.
It's always the French.
It almost always is. Yeah.
Leaked the DLC, which is Quan Chi, Omni-Man, Ermac, Peacemaker, Takeda, and Homelander.
Takeda's the interesting one for me.
Yeah, seeing that he was one of the Mortal Kombat kids.
Yeah.
It's like technically he shouldn't be born yet.
Oh, I mean, who's to say they don't have kids already?
Yeah.
Why couldn't they have kids already? I mean, they're adults.
Okay, they're capable of reproduction.
I mean, yeah, but assuming, I guess we don't really know,
That's the timeline.
The timeline's reset, so, people are born earlier and grew up faster. I don't know. Is he a kid, or is he like an adult kid like he was an X?
Well, that's the thing we don't know is how much of this
Or what if he's not a son of anybody? Maybe he's just his own person.
A different person in the clan. That could be it.
Yeah.
If what they alluded to Scorpion and Sub-Zero being brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's what you want to take it as.
You think it's just brothers and all?
No, yeah, just fighting as brothers. That's what he said.
You just don't want me to be right.
I don't care.
Yes, you do.
You can see it on your face, no. It pains you physically, not just because your spine is on fire.
Yeah, well, yeah. But it doesn't really matter. Yeah,
I wonder how much time it's going to cover. That's one of the things.
That's what I'm wondering too. I mean, DLC characters can not be like canon appearances and stuff. It's just fun characters that folks want to see again. But going back to Shang Tsung being a pre-order character, what's weird about that is in all the other games where they started doing this, because I think they started doing it in X with
Goro,
who canon wise wasn't in that game.
Mm-hmm.
Then they did it in Injustice 2 with Darkseid, who canon wise in there didn't have anything to actually do with that story. And then also Shao Kahn in 11, who was technically in the story, but only like one small part. So, wasn't that big a deal. It feels like they show Shang Tsung in this one. So it seems like he's kind of, he'll definitely be in the story, but you would think he would be a playable character out the bat.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the first time they're doing that with a character who seems like kind of should be kind of front and center there, but now you're making me just, you're not charging me extra. You're just trying to guarantee the sale.
Yeah, that's what it is. But then they always do the thing where you could just get them anyway.
Yeah. Hopefully he'll be unlockable, but that's not always the case.
Yeah, Shao Kahn was unlockable, right?
I think Shao Kahn was
you
unlockable.
had to beat the story mode.
But Darkseid, you definitely had to buy him.
Yeah. Because Brainiac 2, I think you just beat the story to play with.
Brainiac, I think, yeah. Wait, did you actually play with Brainiac? Yeah, you did. Never mind. So, yeah.
He just wasn't good.
Yeah, it's just it's interesting to see that. I mean, because I thought back.
Also, he murder balls him in the trailer.
Well, I mean, he's Fire God Liu Kang. He's a god now.
Yeah, but he's supposed to be interfering in mortal activities.
He changed the rules.
When you are the fire and thunder god at the same time, you might be able to do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Come and be my liege.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, it's a good trailer, but I was confused. It was like you didn't really see a lot of gameplay, which again, NRS, usually first trailers are really good at showing you what's all in the game. Mm-hmm. Like a system when X had the rushing in it, the run button back. Oh, they were running at each other.
They were doing the grab the
the back. Yeah. So, which makes me believe that there's going to be a gameplay trailer.
I mean, we have Summer of Games a month away.
So that's probably what they're doing. So they want to get this one out of the way to get to introduce it like setting and even some like the two character system and everything. But how does it play? Because that's what a lot of folks are wondering right now, because there's to me there's kind of two camps in Mortal Kombat gameplay. There's the old folks like me who wanted to play more like 2, and then there's the other folks that wanted to play like 3. And every game is kind of floated because you had 9 that played. 9 was kind of in the middle, but I would think it's maybe a little more like.
It was closer to 2, but they didn't do it wasn't as rushy, but you could do some cool things with the tag thing, which if we can get that back, that'd be really cool.
I'm wondering if there's
the cameo thing is kind of cool, but what we really want is 2v2.
But the cameo thing kind of makes me think, okay, there's not going to be a tag. This may be the closest thing they can get to it. Because I mean, how hard would it be? It's already looks so good. I mean, obviously this isn't gameplay,
but 11 looked
11
great.
already looked
incredible,
so good. Can you imagine having to have 4 of those characters in stock at all times, and then an extra assist character on top of that? No, it probably wouldn't work. So it was like, best we could do is this.
And apparently they can't balance anyway. So that was such a huge problem in 9 where they did the 2v2. It was just so much broken shit.
Yeah, but I think the tag mode was just made to be fun. It wouldn't mean to be taken seriously.
That's why I wanted it to be in 10 and 11, just because it's like it don't have to actually be a competitive mode. It could just be something that it's super fun to do.
Yeah, you and your friends sit down and you're playing tag mode together. It's
4 people in the room. Come on, man.
But yeah, that's what I know. A lot of the serious Mortal Kombat players are like. But what does it play like? I'm assuming we're going to find out on Wednesday.
Yeah, because it felt like there was definitely.
If not Wednesday, definitely couple of weeks after Summer Games
Wednesday?
Fest.
PlayStation's 25 game hour plus
hour long. This is their E3 press conference.
Yeah.
More or less.
They
couldn't wait a month.
No, they rude for doing that.
If you think back on E3 over the last 20 something years, press conferences used to be the first day of it, the first 2 days of it, and then all of a sudden Sega wants to do theirs the day before. Well, not to be outdone, Nintendo wants to do theirs the day before them. Not to be outdone, Microsoft wants to do theirs the day before that. Not to be outdone, Sony wants to do it the week earlier. And those press conferences kept moving further and further and further and further back because nobody wanted to be lost in. Because they used to do all of them at one time.
Yeah, then they
go one behind the other, behind the other, behind the other. Shoot, you remember when the Saturn was announced, and then Sony did their press conference directly after, and the only thing he said was 99 and walked off stage. That was like, at the time, that was like the biggest thing that ever happened at E3. Because that dude from Sega sat up there and talked about the Saturn and how many polygons it could push and all this, that, and the other. It's going to be $399. And Sony, who was coming out with their new PlayStation, he only said a price and walked off the stage because he knew that's all he had to say. So, y'all's going to be that much? Yeah, ours is going to be less. Bye. And so, but either way, that's why.
Turned around 2 systems later and was like, we'll get the most expensive system because that's what you really want, right?
Yeah. But yeah, I'm sure that's
wild.
Why.
The PS3 was more expensive than the PS5.
Yep.
Bro,
it's crazy.
They should be ashamed of themselves for that PS3.
It's insane.
They were so smug about it too.
Oh yeah.
We just came off selling 100 million of them things. You think we gonna lower the price for y'all? Price of the brick went up. It was like, what about consumers who feel like this price point is too high for them? They ain't got to get it there.
And it didn't help that a worldwide economic decline was right around the corner too. So
that housing bubble burst.
It was because of the PS3.
There's a direct correlation.
There's a direct correlation.
The crisis of 2008 and the release of the PS3. 360 did win that one. I'm just saying.
Well, that's the funny part. In the long run, it didn't.
Yeah.
PS3 ended up outselling
people were trying to build supercomputers.
Yeah, well, they was cheating. It was people, doing stuff in caves.
I mean, when you have to outlaw whole parts of the world from buying a game system because they can then use the chips to make a supercomputer, yeah, you might have went too far.
Running protein synthesis or whatever that dude was saying.
Yeah, we had somebody coming into GameStop, always checking like if we had the Fat Boy PS3s.
Consistently.
Because I run protein farms, and I'm like, whatever, dude.
Mm-hmm.
It was some old guy that probably lived off the grid.
He told us that he lived off the grid, but he wanted to let it be known like he had a whole little ecosystem and whatever.
They usually want everybody to know. It's like, aren't you kind of defeating the? Never mind.
Yeah. Like he's over here like, I'm winning the war against the government. It's like, you winning something. We don't have what you want, sir. And even if we did, I might still be apprehensive to sell it to you.
Oh, you're paying with a check? That's weird. Anyway.
All right. Well, first of all, sir, get this out of here. Our check scanner's down right now, so we can't even take it, dog.
Yeah.
We stopped taking checks before everybody else.
It's been years now. Shoot. When EB and GameStop merged, and because EB didn't take checks, and when they merged, GameStop was like, we have to, everybody has to take a check. Well, the EB that I still worked at, we never took a check. Never took a single check. Months went by. Somebody reported us for she said that we changed the amount on a check or something like that and stole money out of her bank account. Said it was our store.
Oh yeah.
So manager was like, he was on the conference call when they were saying this, and I was standing right next to him, so I heard the whole thing. And he was like, I got to tell you something. We have not taking one check, because he was like, I know that's a lie. It's a lie. I know it's a lie. He was like, how? I know it's a lie, but how? He's like, okay, we haven't taken a single check since we merged. So he was in a little trouble about that, but also that something lied. I almost said something. She was lying out of her teeth.
All I know
and
is
we
Zach
knew she was.
Took the check scanner thing, and was like, "Go ahead, and move this over here. Don't need to use that."
I hated checks.
So we started taking checks, but we didn't advertise it.
Nobody. Why would you?
Only if somebody asked if we took checks. Otherwise, we took cash and credit cards and check cards, and
We'll take your
traveler's checks, which were a pain in the butt too.
Bro, them things don't clear. Them things don't clear for like
nobody's bringing
12
traveler
business
checks.
days. Yeah,
Nobody's bringing traveler checks unless they're trying to scam you.
bro. As soon as I'd be like,
To
hey,
Mobile,
that's the thing
Alabama.
Now, when I back in the day, we used to get them all the time at Toys R Us. Folks were on vacation, and that's what traveler checks were.
Yeah.
But you're also talking about a time before, when check cards first started being a thing too. So, folks didn't want to take their checks wherever they were going, or didn't want to carry cash on them. So that's how you did it.
my time at the bank. This is in 2011, 2012. No, this is 2012. So
10 years ago.
Let's see, I'm talking about like 24, 25 years ago.
yeah,
So, yeah.
But this is the end of checks. This is banks trying to phase them out. The reason is, buddy, they take so long to show up. It takes so long for the bank, because the banks have to take every single check that day. That particular branch, each branch does this. They have to scan every single check in. They have to make a paper log of it, of the physical check, to be sent off somewhere to be digitally imaged, and then they have to create one for their actual branch and put in their logs, which is preposterous. Okay, just have all these paper logs everywhere. Because people like that lady call and say, somebody stole this or somebody did that. And then the guy like me, who's over the phone on customer service, had to go in and compare her checks to other previously written checks to see if there's any alterations. And then she'll say, well, I need to see it so I can see what you're talking about. So I got put in the form to mail these items, because she ain't got online banking, because why would she?
Of course.
She's writing checks.
Of course.
She don't have online banking.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, how did this check come in? This check's from the 25th and it's the 13th. Why did it take it so long? And I'm going to have to explain to her that if you have $1,000 and you only spend $1,000, your bank account will be at zero and you won't be charged any overdraft fee. But in this case, you had $1,000, and when you add up everything you spent in that time without you adding any more money in, you spent about $1,800. There isn't a way for the banks to finagle transactions to get your account negative.
You put it negative.
You did it.
Yeah, you did it. Yeah.
But the checks took so long. It's like, because they checks, and we having to transport things across state lines and all that because you wanted to use traveler's checks. First of all, why would you do that?
It was a different world, man.
It was.
Yep. So
It's gonna be a new Mortal Kombat world.
yeah.
Well, we got some other games that were announced or shown first time gameplay of.
Mystery Bunch.
We got a couple games. Let's start with the one that we all probably know of, which is Lord of the
2.
Fallens.
Oh,
What'd you say?
Homeworld 2.
I can't wait.
He's never gonna
I
get it.
can't. No, I was thinking about that this weekend. It's like I got a new Zelda. Street Fighter's out, and should be seeing Homeworld 2 this summer. Oh, anyway.
Homeworld 2.
When is that supposed to come out? Nobody cares.
August.
You're right.
Yeah, August.
Oh, you know what also comes out in August?
What's that?
The beta for Mortal Kombat
And Armor Core.
That's true.
and Armor Core.
And Armor Core, yeah.
That's
yeah.
pretty much.
So nobody's going to care about that game.
That's what made me think about it. That's right. I looked up the release date for Armor Core, and it's like, I'm getting Armor Core and Homeworld?
No.
So,
you're
oh
getting
my
Armor
God.
Core.
If you told me 2 years ago I'd be getting a Homeworld 3 and an Armor Core 6 in the same month, knocked me over. Anyway, what's this?
Lord of the Fallen.
Oh, okay.
Lords of the Fallen.
Hadn't they already shown this before? I mean, it's the new trailer.
This is a
but-
gameplay trailer.
Yeah.
The other one was
They-
just
it
It was
just
just
cinematic.
Like, yeah.
So this is in game.
Yeah, I believe so.
Nasty. This is only next gen, right? Or Could we start calling the current gen? Could we just do it?
I don't call it next gen anymore.
Yeah, it's definitely current gen.
Yeah. So this is all current gen. We're not getting no Rudy Poo version.
Hopefully. But it depends on when development started, I think.
Yeah, that's true. Let me see when it comes out or what it comes out on.
It looks painful.
It did. I'm fascinated by the amount of games who are using this gothic kind of style. Like,
I feel like every Souls-like game uses this.
Every Souls-like game does.
Hey, that's what works.
I mean, but there has to be another.
Yeah, it looks
way.
like it's only coming out on current gen.
Current gen, good.
So that makes me hopeful that it's going to be at least play well.
Yeah, if you are fiending for some more Souls-like fix, this definitely looks like the game for you.
This one looks like it has never mind. I'm gonna take that back. Never mind.
No,
No, I'm good. I was gonna say something stupid. I'm good.
Ripcord over there. This is like, never mind.
Yeah.
just gonna splice the audio. Just gonna jump. So I was thinking.
I mean, it looks good.
And the first one I remember had a decent response. It wasn't like
I heard it was easy though.
Yeah, apparently,
Yeah.
I'd never even heard of this game before Lords of the Fallen, and it's like y'all told me this was a sequel. I was like, what? I never even heard of the first one.
Yeah,
They have the same title too.
yeah.
Which is really weird. I don't understand that. There's no subtitle to it either.
No, it's just Lords of the Fallen.
And then here's another one that's Lords of the Fallen.
Well, the first one was Lord of the Fallen, and this one's Lords of the Fallen.
I don't think that's true.
I don't know. I'm asking.
You would think that would be the best way to do it.
No, they're both Lords of the Fallen.
Oh, okay. Maybe there's first one didn't work so well. Let's try it again.
Well, this is the version we wanted to make, but we
Oh
couldn't.
yeah.
Because that's what I would say if I was them. This is the version we wanted to make, but we couldn't because of the old technology. So
First one was Lords of the Fallen Alpha.
yeah,
Yeah.
made you pay for both of them.
Like I said, the first one looked good too. It just, to me, when I played it, I thought it was really easy.
That was a bigger one of the common responses I heard about it. Like that and Bloodborne were like the easier Souls games to play.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's like maybe now when folks see games that look like this, they expect a certain amount of difficulty. It's like, so you're not making a Souls game?
Mm-hmm. Why'd you make it all gothic looking?
So this comes out on October 13th.
You like Sweet D.
So the fall's starting to get.
I'm sorry. For those of you who are watching the YouTube version, she definitely looks like a character from Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh, okay. I have no idea who that is.
Her name.
Yeah.
They all got these it's all like the inside is on the outside monsters. Like all the Souls games always have stuff like that where it's like, yeah, look at the outside being on the inside being on the outside. Yeah, it's creepy, ain't it?
Yeah.
It is.
Or some animal holding a sword or something.
Yeah, oh brother. Look at this deer with this great axe. All right, yeah.
Okay, cool.
It kind of, what it kind of reminds me? It kind of reminds me of it's set in the Diablo type world.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Now, that's one of the reasons why I like Jedi Survivor so much, or the Jedi, and what was the other one? Fallen Order?
Fallen Order, yeah.
Yeah.
Is because it takes the Souls and puts it into it's not old Gothic type.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's in the Star Wars world, so I want to see more companies try that.
Yeah, I want to see a futuristic version of that.
I think there is one. It just didn't do very well because I don't think it was well made. What game was that? They made two of them. Really? We actually talked about it on this podcast last year, if I'm not mistaken.
That's probably their fault right there. Wasn't good enough to make an impression.
And
apparently,
because he said something about I didn't even know there was a first one.
Really? Oh, he actually you? Yeah.
Sure.
Start putting the thumbnails with him doing this again. People responded to that.
By people, you mean you?
Yeah. Feel like I'm being informed when I click on the video. Look at him; he's getting ready to tell me something.
This it almost feels like a 3D version of what's that game?
Nightmare Creatures.
No. We just looked at the sequel to it coming out last week.
Isn't that the Like the co-op or the no, that's a Little Nightmares as well.
Yeah.
Little Nightmares, yeah.
No, I'm talking about Nightmare Creatures for the PlayStation and Dreamcast.
No. Shoot. Where you're the Templar and the mask and the
First
Dante's
Templar?
Inferno?
no the newer game, the 2D game.
First Templar?
We just talked about the sequel to it
Castlevania?
last week.
No. It's in the same vein.
It's in the same vein.
Dead Cells?
No.
Getting closer.
The one where he's got like the triangle head thing.
Oh, Zero Katana? Oh, Silent Hill.
Okay.
You're doing the thing that I do, and you're doing it really good right now, and I appreciate that. He's saying
I'm
Bastion.
totally blanking on the name of it right now. But either way, it's just
would
that
say
first
Bastards.
scene. That first scene kind of reminds me of that, where everybody's wearing stuff that just looks highly uncomfortable for no reason.
Yeah, but it makes
Pulling
it
their
look
stuff,
more menacing.
pulling spikes out of their hands and faces. Is like, why is this even okay?
I like to fight, but I also like to be in pain when I fight.
Yeah,
Like to be bound.
weird.
I like to bind and be bound.
So
The best pleasure is pain, though.
yeah, it looks cool. It looks pretty high quality at least.
It does. It definitely went up a notch.
So yeah,
What's
anybody
the name of that game?
look? I know it's
So with a triangle head?
it's like on the tip of my tongue now.
Cool
Yeah.
Spot?
Huh?
No, he didn't have a triangle.
You say Cool Spot?
Cool spot. Pepsi Man.
Pepsi Man.
Shoot.
I don't know.
I'm gonna find it.
It's all right. We got other games we're gonna look at too.
Yeah.
Blasphemous.
Blasphemous. Yeah.
Oh, that game.
Yeah.
Speaking of, that's a good segue because speaking of Metroidvanias, there's a new Metroidvania, first-person Metroidvania.
Oh, snaps.
So a Metroid Primea.
God bless.
That's the new name of the genre.
Does Metroid Prime? Do they get XP?
No.
No, that's the Primea. That's the
Is that what the Prime
Yeah.
is?
Yeah. That's
the EA.
that's the EA part. Exactly.
That's all we get from Castlevania now. Just the eye. The eye.
All right. So this is called Testament: The Order of the High Human. It's a first-person Metroidvania.
Okay.
Interesting.
Oh shoot! I thought it was gonna be like cartoony, but I don't know why in my mind I thought it would be like.
Because you've heard, I mean, most like side-scrolling Metroidvanias are either pixel or.
The first person should have triggered me to be better, but you know. Okay. Is it really gonna be like Metroid Prime, where I'm gonna feel like I'm by myself the whole time? Like there was
it's
you had to
usually
scan
an
all-
element of it.
You gotta scan all the codexes and stuff in Prime.
Mhm.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So how you get the maps or whatever?
I'm assuming you got to. It's like feels very Skyrim-ish.
I was about to say,
Yeah.
I feel like Skyrim and shoot, what was the other game that just came to mind? Yeah, I don't get Metroid out of that. I'm sure it's the
The way the world's built.
world. Yeah, the way
Yeah.
the world's built is it's the Metroid part. But
Maybe Kingdoms of Alamar.
like Dishonored.
Oh yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Very. God, what's the other game they just made?
Because
Deathloop.
Yeah, it's got like the Dishonored, Deathloop kind of like the way the magic looked was very like that, but the actual environments and the way that
A
the
little
characters
mix of
look,
Redfall.
little bit of that.
or even BioShock,
Yeah.
Yeah.
maybe a little,
Also,
but in more
I
of
know,
a fantasy vein though.
yeah. It you know what else it looks? It reminds me of is Ghostwire.
Because of the hands.
Yeah, that like the pot, how he was holding the powers and stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all should play Ghostwire. It was pretty good.
How much did you play?
Like 20, probably like 15 to 20 hours.
Did you finish it?
I don't know what happened. It was when I wasn't streaming though. I was,
Yeah.
it was the year I was doing all the videos. I do need to go finish it though. I'm pretty sure I'm close to the end. But it was pretty good story and stuff too. It was weird because it was the advertising for it was very odd because it was Bethesda's game, but they signed an exclusive deal with it for Sony, but then they got bought by Microsoft shortly after.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was like, yeah, go get this game, but also not really because it's going to be put on Game Pass once the thing expires. So I felt like they didn't really promote it as well as they should have.
Yeah, because usually if it's a Sony exclusive, they promote the hell out of those.
Exactly. But it was like, well, no, because
they want to like, this is our game.
And that was the thing. It was like there was something on the box I had to go back and look at, or at least one of the advertisement for it. But it was like the way they worded it was so weird too, like currently exclusively to PS5 or releasing first on PS5. It was
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. It was really weird.
Yep.
All right. The last game that we have queued up. Let's see. It is Ashfall. Ashfall is a post-apocalyptic MMO shooter RPG.
You're saying a lot of things that I like. It's like, but it's too much of a good thing.
I'm confused.
Is there such a thing as too much of a good thing? I feel like they made this game for me. Said first person RPG or shooter
RPG. I didn't say it was first person or third person. I didn't say
shooting RPG already.
Or it already looks like Wasteland.
Hey, buddy.
Oh,
I done ran through.
Was that a mech? I might be in.
I'm saying. Nah, but it's gonna be, if it's mechs, it's gonna be like trash mechs. The only you want to be like, you want to cobble together a mech, or you want to look cool.
Like the power suit from Fallout.
Yeah, like before you get the good parts on it, you got an exoskeleton. That a rhino horse dog.
What are those things called?
A warhog.
Like a horned. What are those things with 6 legs?
Got 6 legs.
It had 6 legs. I didn't even.
That's radiation. Then we can't even eat that.
I mean, it's Fallout, isn't it? So far.
Yeah,
that's what it looks like.
So is this gonna be Fallout 76? We'll get it right. Well, apparently it's actually not even a bad game anymore, but it took too long.
Yeah, it did the No Man's Sky route.
Yeah. All right, so we got a old lady telling us where to go
to leave the vault.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
so far.
It doesn't all look bad.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Nah.
Or maybe it's like they crash landed on a planet or something.
Nah, it's kind of like Horizon.
Yeah. A little Outer World, actually.
Yeah.
I don't like that part, though. I don't like nothing to do with that.
Flying squid
machines.
The
Matrix things? Come on, bro. I don't want to. All right. Well, okay.
It just looks like kind of a mashup of a bunch of different things.
Is that a robot or is that a dude?
Maybe a robot or an android even.
That
robot with
very Fallout.
Oh, come on, dog, with the big spider. Everything crawling out here.
Just skittering.
Yeah, it's a lot of chittering going on in this world, isn't it?
And a lot of extra arms too.
Yeah.
Like, how do you make something alien? Extra arms.
Oh, so I guess it's third person, which makes sense.
Well, all of this.
Yeah,
I haven't seen anything. I mean, this might be gameplay.
Yeah, that's definitely.
Yeah, this looks like gameplay. And don't look bad.
No.
If that's actual gameplay.
I wonder what the RPG elements would be then.
I mean,
it might be Destiny-like.
That's what I'm wondering. Single player or multiplayer?
MMO. Massive multiplayer online.
Okay.
You got bases. Okay, that's the MMO stuff for real. So are you building those towns or are they building those towns?
I don't know. That's a good question. I wonder if it's like a community built.
That would be really cool. It's harder. It's very hard to pull off.
Why is everybody trying to give me a gun?
Because you got to shoot stuff. Everything got extra legs and stuff. You saw that.
So, hey.
He's got 3 horns.
You like guns. Here's a gun.
Nice job. Here's this gun. You help my people? Nah. Gun, though. I got you with that.
I'm all for, like, it's funny to see all these MMOs are, like, popping up.
I want them.
I do.
Want them to be good.
But I want them to be good. And, you know, I think we need to actually keep a closer eye on Wayfinder.
I'm paying attention to it.
I think it might be better than we might think.
The next they sent me a thing about the next closed beta. I think it's the 20. I think it's this weekend actually. So I've been keeping an eye on it. I'm gonna try to, try it out as much as I can and see. It said mobile. You see that?
No, I didn't see that.
It said it was on
So
PlayStation, PC, and mobile. Is that what it said?
Oh, okay.
Oh no, platform PC and mobile.
PC and mobile. Okay.
So it's not coming to the consoles.
No. Interesting.
I mean, most MMOs don't.
That is very true.
I wonder
When they do,
I
it's
wonder
usually
if,
a sign that it's over with.
I wonder what the mobile part is. It can't be the full-fledged game. I wonder if it's you can interact.
It could be.
Genshin Impact is.
How about say? Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, Genshin Impact.
Yeah, but Genshin Impact.
I mean, yeah, I know what you mean.
It's a different type of game, but
it's just
Well,
gonna
not
be.
even
still-
that. Like graphically, it's very different than what we're seeing from this.
Yeah.
yeah. But that's why I'm wondering how much in-game footage we actually saw. Was it just the part where they were shooting?
I would imagine a lot of that stuff is just going to be cutscenes and
Well, I'm assuming like now, obviously this looks like cutscene.
yeah.
But like when they were showing the cities and stuff, that looked in game.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
Some of it
probably-
did.
maybe.
Yeah, some of the stuff looked like it could have been just cutscene. Like, well, obviously all this stuff is, but there were parts where they were showing some of the areas with people in it that didn't look like the cutscene style or cinematic style.
Is there a release window on this, or
I didn't.
I think it just says coming soon at the end.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay.
I don't see one.
It said beta is in July is what it said on there.
okay? So
I guess we'll find out then.
Yeah,
I
we'll
wonder
find
if what I was gonna say is I wonder if the mobile is maybe like base management.
Could be because Destiny has a bunch of like you can do stuff through the app. You don't have to actually like
Log
getting
into
your
the
bounties
game.
and stuff like that. Yeah, you can do all that stuff through the app, so you don't have to go to the tower. You can manage your storage and your person, and you can set your loadouts and all that stuff too.
Yeah, and if it has like a system where you have like followers where you can send out to do missions, I wonder if you can do that like with the mobile.
everybody's just giving you guns. Guns is obviously a big part of this game.
Yeah, it's the currency.
I bet you it's like Destiny then. I bet you
That's what I'm
yeah.
starting to feel like. Yeah.
I can
Where-
definitely see that.
the RPG elements is about getting gear and
Upgrading your gear.
like a looter shooter almost.
Well, they did show a part on here too. I don't know if we already passed it, but it's like he unlocked some mechanism to unlock the chest,
Oh,
and
okay.
you should like see like a little chest open up. I don't like all them things being spawned. Make my anxiety go up.
So this looks cinematic here, but yeah, all the shooting parts seem in game.
Like that part looks like it might actually just be in game. Like that's in game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this right here.
Mm-hmm. So you probably get to build your own place.
But like that stuff looked like it might be in game as well.
I don't know if we said the name, but the name of it is Ashfall.
Yeah.
Yep. Gun.
Yeah, but this time
That
it's-
one's fancy. And it
Yeah,
has
so
like
fans got a
tassels.
ribbon on it and it has a custom grip and all that. That's not the same gun that he's holding right there. That's
Yeah.
definitely not the same. But he's probably thinking what we thinking, man. Everybody should be giving me guns.
It's like, I could use some money. I can't eat a gun.
Yeah, but you could use this gun to kill
That's
what
true.
you want to eat.
True.
Teach a man to fish, Nolan.
Mm-hmm.
Or give a man a gun. You give a man a gun, he'll figure it out.
Shooting fish in the barrel. You know where that saying comes from?
No.
I mean, obviously it's shooting fish in a barrel, but have you ever seen what happens to a fish if you shoot it in a barrel?
No.
Like they instantly die. The pressure from the bullet going in the water, the sudden changing in it, anything in there dies.
Oh, so they don't have to hit it.
You don't
with
even have to hit the fish. That's why that
that's why it's like
said as something.
so
Yeah,
easy.
yeah, so easy because you don't even have to hit the fish. Just shoot it.
Huh.
Yeah. Interesting thing I saw.
But wouldn't you destroy the
barrel?
barrel? So wouldn't the water go everywhere?
If all the fish is dead.
And then
That's the thing. It doesn't
if
have
the
to
water
be. I mean,
the water
you-
goes everywhere. The fish can't.
You're not having to
can't
shoot it
breathe.
with a cannon or nothing. It's just something that'll hit the water really hard. You can even do it with a bat really hard, and the fish will be like, oh.
one swing, everybody's shell shocked.
More or less, yeah.
You know
So
so much about killing fish, man.
I
Yeah. Why do you know so much about killing fish?
don't.
I kill so
I
many
just happen
fish
to
in my
know
free
that.
time.
So
On Nolan's Corner, we're going to find out about phrases from the olden days.
I'm always interested in where stuff comes from.
No, the colloquialism origins are very fascinating a lot of times. You hear so many little phrases.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why did everybody
Like,
start saying it?
where did this come from?
Also, Steven's going to make fun of me for using that word because he says I try to drop big words during the podcast.
What?
Because I said colloquialisms.
Oh. Just because they're big words to him doesn't mean they're...
Exactly.
I didn't say that, my boy.
Yeah.
Okay? I want you to know that. I didn't say that. I just said I knew how you was going to react. The rest of the stuff, other folks had said. Nolan laughed real hard like he agreed.
Oh, Lord.
Just like the president thing.
Well, I'm about to say, well, I laugh at anything that has to do with him. So
Yeah. You, president.
I didn't say that.
But that's how you laugh.
Don't change the line.
Listen, the way you...
It is not Luke, I am your father. Let's not do that.
Isn't
One of the most misquoted lines thing is not Luke, I am your father. Which one of those things ever since I was a kid drives me nuts too. It's like the line is no, I am your father, but somehow it turns into Luke, I am your father.
Makes more sense.
That's not what he says.
Yeah, but for an isolated scene, it works so much better.
It adds the context into the...
Because nobody wants to do the whole thing. Obi-Wan told you about your father. Say he died. No, I am your father.
That's still not the line, but yeah.
Yeah, it's closer to... That's the Disney version when they remastered it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That's the same version where Han head moved to the side.
Oh, God, yeah.
That's the best version. He was so good that he moved his body still.
Yeah.
His neck and head slid to the side digitally.
Well, that final version of that, at least they had them shoot at the same time, but still kind of weird dodge thing still there.
Wasn't the original where he just shot him?
Yeah, he just shot him. Yeah.
He was a scoundrel.
Yeah.
Plus, Greedo was definitely going to try to kill him, too. It's like, he's not that guy wasn't a bad dude. Like, he was going to do it.
Well, but then he, turns into a hero and is like, but now we got a guy that just cold-heartedly murdered a person.
What happens in that
like
world?
a hero.
Hans, that's the whole point of it. Everybody's conflicted.
It's his redemption arc.
He was just going to use the rebels in order to get over, but then it turns out he really wants to fight for the cause, man.
Yeah, because that was his whole thing. Was I just want to make some money.
Yeah. And then
he needed to make money so that
pay Jabba back.
Jabba, wouldn't come after him.
Well, he did. And he got him.
He got him.
He got you, my boy.
Yeah.
Because you know what's better than the Han Solo? A Boba Fett. Until he fell into the thing and didn't die.
I mean, he had the armor on. I always wondered about that.
Oh, now you got your answer, man. He got his whole series now.
Yeah. It definitely explains it.
He didn't have
pretty much what everybody thought.
Yeah. Hey, it turns out in this one rare instance, fan fiction was kind of right.
Kind of right, yeah.
I'm not saying we need more of it. I'm just saying that
he gets out of it. But I like how he gets out of it and he has to take the armor off because it's still covered in acid and everything, which leaves the door open for what's his name to get the armor in that book. That does still happen. So that was cool.
A lot of Star Wars.
So what's your stance on Jar Jar?
Let's get into it.
So, okay. I mean, if you really want to get into it.
Do you think he's a Sith?
Huh?
You think he's a Sith?
Oh, that whole thing?
Yeah. No, not what your opinion is on the character.
I'm about to say, because I definitely have opinions on it. That's not what anybody thinks, I think.
Misa.
But my only thing is, everybody forget Ewoks? Little furry things that beat an empire with rocks. So anyway, we just talking about dumb stuff. So
it was slingshots, rocks.
I mean, there is evidence
and logs and
they added some power to it. It wasn't just like they was just throwing rocks. They was
no, there were scenes where they literally were throwing rocks.
Oh yeah.
Those are distraction rocks from the slingshot rocks and the logs.
It's still one of the saddest scenes when the two are running away and the laser bolt goes and the explosion hits and the one dies and the other one tries to get him up and he's that still gets me.
Got to show you the realism of war.
Exactly.
Okay?
It's like the stakes are high.
Killing these teddy bears.
Yeah. So, but no, there. I've seen the evidence that maybe at least originally Jar Jar was meant to be something more, but the reaction to him was so severe. They were like, no, scratch all that. We'll just put him in the background.
I think they should have gone.
He has to still be around to do what he did in episode 3, but other than that, we'll talk to him once in episode 2, and we won't see him again until he makes his vote in episode 3, and we're done with him. So it's possible.
I don't know. I think they should have went with it, especially because there was a lot of hate for him. It would have made him even.
It would have made him. It would have made him
a better Sith Lord.
Raiden from Metal Gear Solid 2 to Metal Gear Solid 4. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. All of a sudden, you all hate these guys? Well, now he's the coolest character we've ever made.
Literally, they was like, what all cool things can we do with this guy? Robot. Hey, look, the cyborg suit with Gray Fox was pretty good.
Yeah.
Let's like 100 times that.
Yeah.
And also, let's make it to where this mother loses his arms and put the sword in his mouth
and his jaw.
Yeah. One Piece style. Okay. And starts calling lightning bolts out. Not going to explain how he ever really did that.
Yeah.
But he basically called lightning strikes down in real life.
It's ridiculous.
And then a few years later, you can cut up a watermelon real cool.
Hey, that tech is actually still really, really cool.
I like the idea of that. I knew it wasn't going to be practical in the full release.
Well, the word is they're making a new one.
The Ryzen?
That's kind of cool.
So Sony, I think, y'all talked about. I don't know if we talked about it on the show with Sony's.
We talked about it offline.
Yeah.
No, we talked about it on.
Did we? About Konami?
Did we talk about?
Oh, I put it in the
Konami
episode.
deal?
So yeah.
So
it was before. I think it was before we actually started. But yeah, I put it in the.
Okay.
episode.
Yeah.
So a lot of folks are wondering coming this week with the Sony thing.
Oh yeah, we waiting. If dun 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 dun.
I started hearing words that a new Ryzen game was in the works earlier this year. And then I also started hearing words that there may be a remake of the original Metal Gear Solid, a new remake of that.
Yeah, that's the.
And then when we talked about the Konami deal and Sony may be buying them or at least buying the rights to their IP, it's like all of a sudden, this could make sense. I guess we'll find out on Wednesday. Cause now there's like folks are just saying, oh yeah, they're going to announce the new version of Twin Snakes. It probably won't be Twin Snakes, but that same type of deal. Shoot, all they really have to do is take Twin Snakes and put it in 4K and it's still great.
I mean, I would not be opposed to that in the least bit. Give me it.
Not at all. Really. Not at all, because Twin Snakes was so good.
It really
was a story of Metal Gear Solid 1 and the gameplay of Metal Gear Solid 2. I mean, that's all you needed.
Yeah, it was fantastic. I really like that, and it sucks that so many people didn't get to play it because it was one of the few instances where a game was really good on GameCube that wasn't a Nintendo-based game.
Yeah,
and it was still really, really good, but it didn't get ported to like PS2. Yeah, that's what usually would have happened. Like, because
it was kind of a second party Nintendo game because Silicon Knights made it. They developed it, who Nintendo owns. So I'm sure that was part of the deal, why it never showed up on anything else. But it really needed to, because that's one of those games I always tell folks, like, you don't play the original Metal Gear Solid, you play Twin Snakes. But you got to get a GameCube in order to do it. So if Sony then buys the rights to the IP and says, well, we control the IP now, we can put it on anywhere, it could just be Twin Snakes, but up res and everything, which would be enough, I guess. But I don't know. We'll see. What I mean,
if nothing else Metal Gear related, I think we'll get some sort of collection.
Yeah, that's possible.
Like, just whatever they're actually working on. I feel like if Sony does buy Konami, like, we're gonna get some sort of, here's where you can get all of them in one spot.
Yeah,
and then whatever else they decide to do, whether it's a remake, whether you somehow get a sequel or whatever they do, I think that's one of the things that Sony will try to monopolize, is be like, you have to have the PS5s if you want to play every game in this series.
So from what I hear, Sony's not buying Konami outright. They're buying the IPs. They're basically like Konami sitting on these IPs that they aren't doing anything with.
Still sitting on.
How would they be able to buy Silent? Would they be able to buy Silent Hill if it's in the middle
that's what I'm wondering, because they just announced all those Silent Hill games.
Yeah,
but if Konami wants the money, you'll pay for it.
Yeah, I mean,
Take it.
Well, I mean,
would they get anything in return besides what Sony pays them for?
Well, I mean, if Konami's smart, I'm sure they'll have like a back end deal. It's like, yeah, we aren't doing anything with these, and we probably don't plan to do anything with them either. So hell, just give us 10% of everything you make off of these IPs in perpetuity. You're fine. And then Sony, on the other hand, gets exclusive rights to these Konami games that everybody wants to play.
that they stopped making.
That Konami isn't doing anything with, and they can fill up their gaps between their first party games. They can, now you can have a new Metal Gear every 4 or 5 years while you're waiting on The Last of Us 3. You could have a Silent Hill game while you're waiting on, what else is Sony?
God of War.
God of War, yeah, stuff like that. So whatever else they can use to fill up their thing, because they make very high quality games that take a while to make, and that's cool. And anything that you can do to add more to it, why not?
That's true. You think they just do the big three, or do you think they try to acquire more than just those?
If I'm there, I'm taking it all.
I mean,
I'm pretty sure that the deal will probably be for all their assets.
Yeah.
Or all their gaming IPs.
All their gaming IPs, yeah.
You're not getting Klonoa on PlayStation, you know that, right? They're not gonna make
Another what?
Klonoa.
Oh. I mean, it's still a possibility on their little handheld thing that nobody understands why they're doing.
Are Sony doing another handheld?
Yeah, you hadn't seen it? So they'll probably talk about it this week. It's so here's the thing.
What's it called?
It's not I cannot remember, because I think it's all been leaks. They hadn't officially announced it, but they're probably about to announce it.
The Wednesday thing.
But it's not a handheld. It's not a handheld like in the vein of like the PSP or something, where you have separate games that you put in it and go out and play it. It's something that you can remotely play your PS5 games on. So it's a remote play device.
So it's like a PS Vita.
Because that's one of the
because again,
only people use the Vita for.
I can't leave my house and play the game. I basically have to be around my PS5 to do it.
Oh, you can't do it because wasn't that the thing with the Vita?
Yeah,
you could do it
via
from
Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Like if you had the data.
I mean, it might be able to do that, but it doesn't have games of its own.
Because
it only plays PS5 games.
It would like almost take a step backwards if you couldn't do that.
That's what everybody's saying. It's like, what? Who asked for this?
Let's see what it's called.
Who wants to do
There's
this?
no name on it.
Oh, for real?
No.
Because it's like, if you're trying to compete with both.
Okay, keep going.
If you're trying to compete with both the Switch and the Steam Deck, those are systems that can play full-fledged games and anywhere. Sounds like this thing probably will need some kind of Wi-Fi connection or something at the least, if you're trying to play away from home and trying to pull stuff off the cloud or something.
Yeah, because I mean that's what the Vita did with the PS4, right?
I think so.
Was it the PS4 that the Vita worked with, or the PS3?
I think it's the PS. I want to say it's the PS4.
I want to say it was PS4.
Like God of War 3, right? Around that time. And that was
God of War 3 wasn't PS4.
That was PS3.
Yeah, God of War 3 was PS3.
It might have been the PS3 that it was.
Might have been a PS3 then, yeah.
Because it might have been the end of the PS3, beginning of the PS4.
Yeah. It was probably somewhere around that interchange when they were sunsetting the Vita.
The PS4 came out. I didn't work at GameStop anymore.
Yeah.
And the Vita was already out.
The Vita was already out.
2013.
Yeah.
So it must have been the PS3 that it was doing.
It must have been PS3, yeah. But yeah,
you could remote play, yeah.
But folks are confused. It's like this is only a remote play device. Folks didn't care when I could get separate games for it, and it already had this before. What makes you think this is going to work now?
Sony's very weird about trying to just force this. It's like they've never had a real foothold in the handheld, any sort of handheld non-console market. But
I don't know. The PSP did pretty well.
I don't think it did bad, but I felt like it didn't. They immediately pivoted to another version of it.
I mean, it did better than the Wonder Swan.
You saying that like that's
a known thing.
It's kind of the point.
See, he made it sound like it did good, and you made it sound like it didn't.
Oh yeah, I was definitely saying that. Yeah.
It did better than Game Gear.
It probably did better than Game Gear.
Did better than the original DS?
Huh?
It did better than the original DS.
Then the DS Fat.
The Transformer. It wasn't as sleek. It wasn't like all right. We call the DS, the original DS. It's the first season of Beast Wars.
That's exactly what it was.
First season of Beast Wars is like it's there.
Yeah, it's there.
But it's not quite. It's not quite there. But then you get the Beast Wars Cybertron.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, that's the DS Lite. Oh, now it looks cool. Okay, I get this now. I see what you guys were trying to do.
Yeah, the DS Lite comes out and you're finally into Beast Machines.
There we go. Beast Machines. There it is. There. Beast Wars is Fat DS. Beast Machines is DS
The
Lite.
DS Lite.
I would buy a toy of that. Okay, so this is what we're supposed to be here for. See, you. The first time you were, you know, what the cheese was cool, but other than that, it was what? Hey, before we leave, the new movie's coming out. I feel like I'm gonna watch it, but I'm very upset because I know in my heart of hearts that there will not be a rat trap, and he will not say what the cheese, which is
They hadn't showed rat trap. I thought they showed.
no, they did. They showed the eagle and they showed the 70s, LSD van that turned into something, I think, and then. But no rat trap.
I'm sure he'll be.
I never watched any of that shit.
I mean, I never cared for Beast Wars or Beast Machines. I was like, okay, I can watch this.
Yeah,
but
that's what I'm telling you.
I was just never a big fan of the Beast Wars
the only
stuff
cartoons
anyway.
I really watched was I watched a little X-Men when my parents weren't around. For some reason, they wouldn't let me watch it when I was a little kid.
X-Men was getting deep sometimes. I get it.
TMNT,
Yeah.
Darkwing Duck,
That's hidden. There's some hits though.
and then anything in that same world
Is Darkwing
It's
Duck?
Darkwing
of
Duck.
DuckTales and
The
stuff like that.
DuckTales stuff, yeah.
So no
Scrooge.
Tailspin.
no gargoyles?
Nah, my
was right
parents,
there
wouldn't,
next to
my
you.
parents wouldn't let me watch Gargoyles. Are you out of your mind? They barely let me watch X-Men.
Insane. I know a lot of folks.
Listen, I
had some
get
friends.
the reasoning. Like I'm not saying like it's just
what it is.
wild to like
I didn't have a say so.
when
exactly.
you say to certain ones, I'm like, okay, but I get their logic. So it's like, yeah, gargoyles will be stretching it because they out here turning into monsters, and then you know.
I had a friend whose mom wouldn't let him play Castlevania, Zelda because it had fairies in it. Just anything like that. It was so weird.
Yeah, it's just some parents, you know.
in this house.
I guess. It's like, and that was seriously the thing. When she saw him walking around the map and there was a fairy floating around the lake. This game has to go. It's like, what?
They think they're doing their best thing for their kid, and it's just,
Yeah, I guess.
it's hindsight.
Weird.
Yeah,
But yeah, the Sony thing. Is anything you thinking's coming or you want to see?
I
there?
mean, the Konami stuff.
So we know Spider-Man 2 is going to be there. They've said it a million times. That's their big game this year.
That's going to be the main event, which for good reason, right?
Well, yeah,
And I'm going to say it now. I think that there's going to be some co-op element to Spider-Man.
I've been
2.
hearing a lot of folks saying that they think it's going to be co-op. Yeah,
Like not you have to. Right?
yeah, but
there
you know,
is, and it might not even be the actual like full campaign. But I think there may be something in there.
if they could pull a Gears of War 3 and be drop out co-op, because I used to drop in on my brother in that game, and there was nothing that announced that somebody came into the game. If you left the game open for somebody else to join, you would just be one of the other characters. So one time I joined this game, I saw he was on, so I joined his game, and he was like in the middle of a cutscene. Gears of War 3.
Oh, okay.
He was in the middle of a cutscene, so you know those scenes where usually you're talking to somebody and they're walking, but you're stuck in like the walk animation. So I'm one of the other characters, and I knew he didn't know I was there. So all of a sudden, I start walking in front of him and like turning around and like doing like spins and stuff. And I'm sure he's like, "What the hell is going on?" And I finally called him. I was like, "Yeah, I'm in the game." I thought the game was messed up.
I mean, no cutscene doing stuff.
But man, if they could do drop in, drop out co-op like that, where it's like, I can jump in as Miles, and now we're both doing missions, and shoot.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you just swinging through New York.
You say that, but all these games in the past have had a hard time with open world.
They have a hard time doing more than 2.
Has there been a 2?
Well, I mean, I think that was.
The Batman game was 3. The last
because
one
they couldn't do 4.
because they couldn't do 4.
So I think if you narrow
So
it
2
down to
probably won't be that bad.
Maybe.
2 might be doable.
Maybe. I want to hear something on Gear. I know this is not Sony at all, but I want to hear what's the next Gears of War.
Bro, if they don't announce something that Microsoft's staying on the 10th, they're playing around.
Yeah, but no, this is make or break for them. Microsoft's press conference is so important for them right now because if they don't have something, if that Skyrim like game that freaking what's his name's been working on for all these years isn't at least shown.
Which was Torpedo Monitor?
No, the one where they shoot the arrow. And
the arrow trailer. I mean, that's all we've seen of that game for what 5 years now.
Yeah,
it's like if they don't show that game, if they don't have a release date for Hellblade 2. If they don't, I'm serious.
No, you're right. It's just you're gonna start naming a bunch. It's
gonna be over.
Things on the list, bro.
It's gonna be over.
Is Starfield locked in?
Yeah, Starfield has a release date in September right now. But if they announce that game's getting pushed back again, it's over.
Like
it is over.
What is Peter Molyneux doing over there with Fable?
He's not doing anything. But there's supposed to be a new Fable game that they announced last year. We hadn't heard how to hear.
I'm pretty sure Starfall will get delayed, but I think it's going to get delayed to November.
It can't be past that.
No. If it's past November, what are we doing?
Go back to this original 11/22 thing.
11/11.
No, it was 11/11.
It was originally 11/11/22.
Yeah.
So they can do 11/12/23. I don't know.
Like most of their games come out in November, anyways.
They usually have a big game in November.
Skyrim was in November. I remember
Skyrim
that.
was definitely in November. I remember.
Yeah, because it was the same week as Call of Duty that year.
Fallout. Yeah, I think Fallout. At least Fallout 3 was, I think, in the fall too.
I think Fallout 4
was. I think most of their games come out in November, so I wouldn't be surprised to see Skyrim
if they want to give themselves a little more time.
No, we need to see Elder Scrolls 6.
No. Elder Scrolls 6 is so far away. That's so
Bro, they're
far
still
away
working
right
on
now.
Starfield.
I was like, they need to get Starfield.
They don't need to be worried about Elder Scrolls.
I want Elder Scrolls 6. That's the game I want. That's the main reason I'm still mad at both Fallout 4 and Fallout 76, especially 76, because that was Elder Scrolls' turn. But either way,
no, it definitely was, and they showed a mountain range.
Yeah, just to make folks like me, just to calm folks like me down. It's like, what?
We're doing Fallout 76. Hey, look at this mountain range. Elder Scrolls 6.
It exists. You know, hey, this is the mountain range of
because everybody knows where it's supposed to be at this time, right?
just seeing the place. Yeah, it's in Hammerfell.
Okay.
So it's probably gonna be Elder Scrolls 6 Hammerfell, possibly. But it's like, hey, this is the mountains of Hammerfell. The white guys are the main characters because Hammerfell is where the white guys come from.
Yeah, trust me. Yeah.
So,
what are you doing here, Red Guard? There's only one set of black people.
There's only one.
Red Guards. And
the Red Guards.
If you go anywhere in Skyrim, it's always at least one dude. You get the Scholar of Mages Red Guard. It's like, come on, bro, we can do magic too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not really.
Yeah.
Not good, wholesome Winterfell magic, whatever it's called.
But either way, yeah, Microsoft's press conference is this year. It really is do or die. This is going to determine if they are a console maker from now on, or just a game aggregate program that they'll then put on everything
take the
else.
Valve route, or do they continue making games?
I think, if somehow the Activision thing ends up going through, they just turn into a new Valve.
Yeah.
And the only difference is, imagine having Steam on your Switch. It'll be Game Pass on Switch. It'll be Game Pass on PS5. It'll be Game Pass on your PC already.
I think they would try to.
No one's buying our consoles anymore because why? Let's go ahead and we own all this stuff though, and we have a system that you can pay into and play over 200 games at any time in any given month. Let's put that on all the other consoles. We don't have to worry about making consoles anymore, and that's just what we are now.
I mean, they said they wanted to be the Netflix of gaming.
But if they don't hurry up and come out with some exclusives that make it worth owning an Xbox though, they're going to have to.
Did Everwild ever come out? That was the game made by Rare that was supposed to be...
No. I'm about to say, if you said it was made by Rare, hell no. Nothing's come out from them. The new
They're targeting 2024. Good God.
But yeah,
They've
that's
been
still
working
a
on
ways
that
off.
shit forever.
They only just. I feel like that was one of the newer announcements. But
No,
yeah.
that was announced when they were announcing all those games for
Really?
the Series X.
it was-
Before
it
the
was-
Series X came out.
They had
with Hellblade 2 and all that.
we forget how many games that they were acting like they were going to launch.
Oh, they
with.
announced like 20 games.
Oh,
They
know.
were supposed to be day one Game Pass games, and they were supposed to be either launching with Series X or launching
shortly after.
within a year.
It was like this is going to be
And
the next year.
And
the
how
Xbox
many of those
game.
have we gotten now? I mean, we just got Redfall,
Bro, we got-
but that was more recent.
Redfall was announced after all that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What
but
was
I mean,
what was
but
the xenomorphic puzzle game? Scorn. We got
Scorn.
Scorn at the end of the last year.
but that game was in development for like 9 years.
Yeah, that was supposed to be developed for the Xbox One.
and that was
wasn't it?
before.
But they showed it as a game, Xbox Series X launch game.
Kind of. So, well, when Microsoft became involved with the development of it, then it became like a highlight of Xbox One. Hey, it's going to be on Xbox One now. That game had been in development for like 6 years before that, 6 or 7 years before that.
Here's what we can't see, and I know this may rub some people the wrong way. I understand.
Mm-hmm.
Forza Motorsport,
Oh, we'll definitely see that.
it can't be the highlight.
But yeah, it can't be the highlight. I
Like,
agree.
that can't be the highlight of your thing.
Agreed. Completely agree. That
This
can't
is
be the highlight.
2019 VGA world premiere of the Series X.
And all of their games.
I think this has all the games that they were supposed to be like. They announced with it essentially. I don't know if they guaranteed that they'd all be like within a year, but
It sure is what they
Implied.
insinuated, if not anything else.
Like I said, at least within that year of the launch.
Yeah.
That's what it was supposed to like. This is what you're gonna be playing this year, which is, whenever a system launches, the year of the launch is really that kind of the launch thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you're not gonna get every game. It's not gonna launch with 14 games day one. Like nobody
Yeah.
thinks that, but you think within the year of that system coming out, this is what I should be looking forward to playing.
But all these companies that they bought, and I know it takes time to make games, and obviously it's taking longer to make these newer gen games, these current
then
gen
we
games,
had COVID.
than everyone's thinking. And then I know COVID came up, but
So Halo definitely didn't come out within
no.
that time frame.
Yeah, because it got pushed back a whole year. So, but yeah, they have to.
They come out on everything.
If they want to save the Xbox, they have to come out with stuff that you can only play on Xbox. Because Game Pass is great, and as somebody who loves Game Pass myself, even I'm sitting there staring at my Xbox Series X, going, "Why do I have this thing?"
Dude, I'm not gonna lie to you. I got a PC, and it ain't really nothing I can't do.
Right?
That's on there. Like I don't.
Yeah.
I want a PS5 because there are certain games that I can only play on that system. Because I got a PC and Game Pass. Like
I don't think they're trying to hit the PC people.
No,
because they make the same money whether you buy an Xbox or
you
have a PC. I think they're trying to hit the people that only have consoles, maybe albeit maybe just a Switch or a PS5. I think so. I've been thinking about this. If they come out with like let's say Hellblade 2 is God of War-esque level of game, like it's going to be a 10 out of 10. If they have a game like that, it makes it easier for this PS5 people and these Switch people to switch over to that, not completely switch over, but to pick up a
to have
Series
another,
X, because they can day one they'll have a huge library with Game Pass.
Yep.
Plus they'll get the game that they want to play with Hellblade 2. And I feel like this is all the Xbox needs right now.
It
is
does.
just one huge killer app.
Yes.
give them one.
Everybody wants to
One.
play like an Elden Ring type game, a God of War type game.
Needs to be a
Both of
single
those
player
games
experience.
last year completely dominated Twitch for an entire month.
Yep.
And I feel like that's what Xbox needs right now.
They need
They
to be
that.
on the front page. You need to be
for a good 2 to 3 weeks.
exactly.
Yep.
You need a run. You need a run where all of the names are playing it. People are talking about you. Like you need to be in the middle of the conversation.
Somebody that doesn't want to drop $1,500 on a PC
Exactly.
and can drop $500 to $300, possibly even $300 with a Series S.
Because like it's something that like I still want to get. Like for my daughter, I want to get her a Series S, right? Because she doesn't really care about the disc stuff. She's not going to be playing that many games at one time. But like, I need something. I need something to like hit. Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean,
What are you guys looking forward to? Let us
Yeah.
know in the comments. whether it's from the Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, indie games, like anybody that you're waiting to see or hoping that we see some launch trailers or announcements or anything. And we'll kind of do another one of these where we kind of go over what we really think we're going to see, more in-depth predictions and whatnot as we get closer to summer.
Obviously, we'll talk about
something come out real soon?
Sony.
What?
I don't know. I'm asking.
Like a game or?
Yeah.
I think the next thing is probably Street Fighter.
Diablo and Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Is that what's next?
Nothing's
Nothing's coming out in between?
Not that I can think of.
I think Zelda was the last big.
I mean, there may be something, but you talk about something that kind of everybody knows, and I can't think of anything else.
Yeah.
All right.
Those kind of big deals. So, but I mean, the Sony thing this week.
Yeah, we're definitely talking about that.
It's going to be the big thing.
Yeah, we'll talk about that next week.
Yeah.
Go over all that.
And then we'll just kind of slide into.
And then the week after that is going to be the Street Fighter episode. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, everybody.
And then the week after that is going to be the Street Fighter Part 2, The Reckoning.
Appreciate everybody hanging out with us. Make sure you follow our YouTube. Subscribe, like, comment. It helps us out. Finger blast that bell icon so you know when new episodes come out. We've completely moved over to our old YouTube page, Engage Gaming Mobile. So make sure you go to there to find us. If you're listening to this through your podcast networks, please leave a
review, 5 stars, please.
Yes, it helps
on
us
any
out.
sort of podcasting audio platform, Spotify.
And if you got questions for us that you want us to answer, send us an email with wdud@engagegamingmobile.com. It'll be in the description as well. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us this week, and we'll see y'all next week. Peace.